Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video, I just want to give an overview of what the core pillars of the channel are. Just so everyone understands moving forward what my ideas are, and hopefully you enjoy the ride. So the first thing I want to point out as a core pillar is going to be the shoe reviews themselves. And I have a video referencing the rating system that I use, so I definitely recommend checking that out because it is going to be a bit different compared to what most other shoe tubers do as far as reviewing their shoes. Because I use a point system, and the point system is very specific on how we can get the ratings to where they are. But so for example, a 10 is unique to me as an individual, a 9 is the highest a shoe can actually go, and where I believe it is based off of where I believe it will be a mass appeal shoe. The next thing that we're gonna talk about on this channel is going to be story time. So I already have one previously where I talk about being a cheater, and story time is really going to be predicated on my prior experiences based off of the multiple disciplines I've done, whether it's my junior tennis through collegiate career, things I've done on the powerlifting and bodybuilding side, and essentially anything from my experience as an athlete. But it's going to be specifically anecdotal and tied to a story from something that's happened in my past. So for example, an idea for a story time I have coming up is a phrase one of my coaches used to tell me in college all the time, which was, your seating is what others think of you, your results are what you think of yourself. And I think that's a very important story to share with you all as you're going through your running journey, whether you're starting off or whether you're trying to get to that next level. And then the third pillar that I have in mind for the channel is going to be the athlete's corner. So it's going to be similar but different to the story time in that it's really more so around the why behind some of the things that happen when we're training, or just some of the mindsets that I've had over the years. So for example, the athlete's corner might be something like why tapering is awful during marathons, or why down weeks feel so rough, for example, because I'm actually coming off of a down week right now, and that's generally how I feel, to be quite honest with you. And then the other side of that are going to be other athlete mindset related things, such as a concept from powerlifting I learned, which is the weights don't get lighter, you just get stronger. And I think that's a very important mindset to have, whether it's running or whether it's life related. And I think another important call out here for the athlete's corner is going to be this notion of, and really what the premise of the channel and the name of it is again, that soul portion of it, right? That inner mindset, the things that as we go through this process of trying to evolve and become better as runners, as people, it's really important to keep the mindset in check, and how we can use this daily discipline that we have with running to shape that overall mindset, or our soul, so to speak. And the reason why I was really going back and forth, honestly, between do I call it the runner's corner or do I call it the athlete's corner? And I remember this saying, and I believe it was Arnold Schwarzenegger that was the first one to say it, but if you go to the gym, you are a bodybuilder. And when we think about running, it should be the same thing, right? If you run, you are a runner. And if you are a runner, that makes you an athlete. It doesn't matter what level you are, the same person picking up a racket or tying up their running shoes for the first time is just as much of an athlete as one that is on the professional level and getting paid to do so. The difference is just the level at which they execute, and of course the time put into it. But I think it's important to keep that in mind, right? Is that I really believe that we don't want to have an elitist mindset when it comes to the beauty of running. And I think it's important that we all adopt this mindset that we can all be athletes. We all have this athletic endeavor, which is running. And I think it's really important to call that out. So those are going to be the three pillars. It's going to be shoe reviews, it's going to be the story times, and then it's going to be the athlete's corner. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the content. If you have any other suggestions, or even based off of those three pillars, anything you want to hear from me specifically, please let me know down below, and I'll be more than happy to help make content for you all so I can help give you some additional perspective that might help you along your journey. And with that being said, thanks guys, and we'll talk soon.